Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of JMC EduTrends, a discussion that informs, inspires, and transcends. To all our first-time viewers, this program streams live on www.facebook.com/JoseMariaCollege and on YouTube at JMC EduTrends. Don't forget to type in your comments and questions, send your emojis, click the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you would be notified of future discussions on JMC EduTrends. Without much delay, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the program host of today's discussion.
Welcome, everyone, and good morning. And good morning to our viewers across the globe who are currently joining us via Facebook live stream for another episode of JMC EduTrends. First of all, I would like to thank the Jose Maria College, especially the founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, for giving us this opportunity to discuss timely and relevant topics using their online platforms. I am Refan Bicain, BSA first-year student of the Jose Maria College, and I am your moderator for today's discussion. And joining with us, I would like to acknowledge the JMC EduTrend Administrator, Ma'am Mirna Ambrosio. Thank you, Ma'am, and good morning. And I would like to acknowledge also our panel in today's discussion. One of the instructor of the College of Business Education here in Jose Maria College. Welcome, Ma'am Rubilin Masinadjong. Good morning, Ma'am.
Good morning, Refan, and good morning, Jay Marian, and good morning to all the viewers out there.
Yes, Ma'am. Thank you. I know everyone is quite excited to meet our distinguished speaker for today's discussion. To formally start our program, let us all welcome the program head of the College of Business Education, Professor Alexis Baligo II, to give his welcoming address.
Okay, good morning, Jay Marians. First of all, I'd like to thank Jose Maria College, especially to our founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, and the EduTrends team for giving us this opportunity to discuss relevant topics regarding business online. So I am Alexis L. Baligo II of the College of Business Education. So to my fellow educators, students, and guests, welcome to EduTrends. The Commission on Higher Education, through Republic Act 10922, or the Economic and Financial Literacy Act, wherein the state recognizes the growth potential of the country through a financially literate people, or in our case today, financially literate students. Our discussion today is about cryptocurrency, in which it will be described in detail by our esteemed guest in a little while. So again, thank you very much for attending our online webinar. Good morning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sir Alex, for your welcoming address. Good morning, sir. So as a reminder to our viewers, we'll be posting a link in a comment section where you can log in and fill up the details for your e-certificates. Don't forget to log out at the end of the program. And now, to formally introduce our speaker for today's discussion, I give the floor to one of the alumni student of Jose Maria College, Mr. Alison Sagid. Good morning, sir.
Good
Morning, sir.
morning.
Yes, po.
Our speaker for today is a lecturer on market education for First Metro Securities, a financial analyst, and an educator. Um, he graduated with honors at the University of the Philippines, Diliman, with a degree in Bachelor of Arts, Communication Arts, and also Master in applied business economics at the University of Asia and the Pacific. He worked 7 years as a stock market analyst and a 1 year as an economist for an asset management and trust company. He belongs to the first batch in Manila who passed the Chartered Financial Analyst exams way back in 1997. He taught finance for entrepreneurs at the UANP from the year 2000 to 2006. He taught financial analysis and portfolio management at the De La Salle University Graduate School of Business from 1999 to 2007. He speaks also at the ANC News. He speaks classes at the Philippine Stocks Exchange. And now, he orients the beginner clients of First Metro Securities on how to save money for long term and how to invest in stock market. In 2004, he published a book together with Professor Reuben Mondihar of the City University of Hong Kong Business School entitled Guide to Entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow J Marians, let us all welcome our guest speaker for today, Mr. Alexander Sandy Giles.
Share on Zoom, and then I'm recording this on video on my phone. So I hope you can just put the two videos together. The cryptocurrency. I recorded the screen share on Zoom, and then I'm recording this on video on my phone. So I hope you can just put the two videos together, the screen share video and this one, audio video. Okay, I'd like to thank you now to the PowerPoint where I say that we'll talk today about cryptocurrency, what it is, how it is used, pros and cons. And I'd like to recall the moment when I met Professor Alexis in convention, the National Finance Summit last February 16th of last year. It was in the One Esplanade, and everybody got together for a photo. And everybody there looking very good. The best students, I'm sure they're all running for honor. And one photo, but not everybody was looking forward. So second photo, so now everybody is facing the camera. And I just wanted to point out that it's not the time that I was interacting with students from Davao. I was in Davao also back in 2013 for a financial literacy caravan organized by the Junior Confederation of Finance Associations in the Philippines as well. I was in the University of Mindanao campus in Matina. And then 2 years later, I was back in Davao at the SMX Lanang, and in the crowd was Binibining Pilipinas Supranational Jeza Huelar. Now she's very tall, so she very kindly leaned lower in her pose so that I will not look so short compared to her because she's tall. That was the occasion of the Finance Literacy Caravan, November 14 of 2015. We also in JCFAP hold quiz contests like the National Finance Competition or quiz contest. And you solve a problem and then you hold up the answer. And whoever gets the most answers, of course, wins. And then there's a Luzon winner, Visayas winner, Mindanao winner, regional winners. And then I hope that we get back to the system of having quiz contests and national financial summits. Anyway, for the topic for today, I'll talk about cryptocurrency. Basic definition, it's a digital currency in which transactions are verified and records are maintained by a decentralized system. It uses cryptography. And it doesn't depend on a centralized authority. So I'm going to show you some examples of cryptocurrencies in the trade room of IQ Option. Here it is. So if I were to, well, first of all, this is a Bitcoin. And since 2016, it's been moving up and down, up and down, up and up. So it's now trading at 31302 or $31,300. If you want to buy Bitcoin, you click this green button. If you want to sell it because you think it's going down, you click the red button. And then if you want to look at the other cryptocurrencies, there's, of course, Bitcoin times 100. Let's look at the definition of Bitcoin. It's a digital payment network, and it's a new kind of electronic currency. The first cryptocurrencies were released in 2009. Bitcoin holds about 39% of the total cryptocurrency market. Okay. Now, aside from that, there's Ethereum, there's Omisco, there's Cosmos, there's Binance Coin, Quantum, Cardano, there's Litecoin, there's Ripple, Zcash, Tron, and Dash. You can trade these as they are, or times 20 or times 50 or times 100 of their value, because there's sometimes very low price, $0.002, $0.03. So that's on IQ Option web page. Let's look at Expert Option web page. This is Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin since many years ago. Let's see. There. Okay, so you can go through time and see what Bitcoin has been doing in the past days, months, or years. All right, so that's an idea of how the price goes up and down of Bitcoin. There, it's like the mountain kind of peaks and valleys. Now back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so it's a digital currency, and it was originally a way to send money electronically, which now we can do with ordinary money. And it's also a way to keep money safe and secure because of the codes and the cryptography. But then it was also looked at as a way to send money without being noticed by the police or border patrols. So that could be problematic. Or it was seen as a way to print money without permission of central banks. That may not be good. And then it was also seen as a way to build wealth by doing expert computer programming, which is, but will it be accepted by everybody? Let's say that I create some money in my basement or my backyard. Will it be recognized by everybody else? Question mark. So cryptocurrency can be contrasted with fiat currency in the sense that the original style of currency is money printed by a government, and money is backed up by either gold bars or economic power. If you have a strong economy, then your currency becomes stronger. If your interest rates are high and attractive, then money flows towards you and your currency becomes stronger. Meanwhile, with cryptocurrency, there's no government involved. There's no central authority. There are many small authorities, those who are computer programmers. And they're dealing with encrypted files, which they're good at. And it's a secure process. Yes, they're very good at secure processes. Is it the end all? Is it the ultimate kind of money? So that's the question now. Let's contrast the two types again. So currency starts as paper money or coins. I happen to know the chief of the central bank mint in Quezon City. So it's a big building near the Heart Center. And that's where they print the paper money, and that's where they make the coins. apparently, peso bill, whether it's 100 pesos or 1,000 pesos, costs about 25 pesos to print that piece of paper back and forth. So imagine if it's 20 pesos and then of value on the paper, but then to print it, you need 25 pesos of production. So that's why the 20 peso bill is now a coin. Now, ordinary currency can be sent electronically to pay for goods nowadays, so it's now a seamless process. I think that was the original intent for cryptocurrency. Meanwhile, cryptocurrency is electronic since birth, and it can be used to pay for goods, yes, and it can be also used to store value. With current limited supply of peso bills or dollar bills or euro bills, and the demand goes up and down. Therefore, the price goes up and down. That's normal for most economic reality. If a good is scarce, the price goes up. If the good is plentiful, the price goes down. If there's high demand, you have high price. If there's low demand, low price. So the demand could be fluctuating up and down. Meanwhile, if the supply is steady, then it's the price which will tend to equalize supply and demand. When supply is low and demand is high, the price goes up so that people buy less. And then when the supply is steady but the demand is low, the price goes down so that people do go ahead and buy. So here's examples of the typical kinds of currencies in the world today. You have money of Greece, money of Vietnam, money of Czech Republic, money of India, etc., money of Thailand. So when it comes to currency, everybody works to earn money, and then there's industrial production so that you can produce cars and ships and refrigerators, and because of that, there's economic output. As long as there's economic output, then you can have an export of goods and services to abroad. At the same time, you can import raw materials, or you can import the goods that your country needs that you cannot produce very well. So therefore, there's trade. There's trade, and therefore you need transactions. You need money for those transactions. And that's why money has to be sent across countries, right? So somebody sends the goods and somebody sends the payment. Okay, so this is the ordinary type of need for currency. Now, there's all kinds of computer solutions called financial technology or fintech, such as payment gateways, which allow you to collect money from your customers or to send money to your suppliers. There's one here that's called Xendit, Xendit. So that's one option. When it comes to currency, they're old style but effective, and they are legal and recognized. So that's something in their favor. When it comes to cryptocurrency, they're unregulated. They can be used by criminals. And are they secure? Yes, in many ways they are secure, but Bitcoin owners can still suffer theft or fraud. So, hindi pala perfect. Meanwhile, there are other disadvantages of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin owners can still suffer from malware, from data loss, or accidental destruction of physical storage media. Cryptocurrencies have a following. Yes, they have proponents, but not yet widespread acceptance. In every country, there's a few banks that have accepted it, a few companies that say it's great, and a lot of others who are still skeptical. Okay, so are we going to be trading in Bitcoin or other currency? We could. Bitcoin is hailed as the money of the future, and it's the money of the internet. Therefore, it should go. Unfortunately, Bitcoin prices go up and down. So sometimes up, sometimes down, just like any other asset. So therefore, you need to be on your guard when you're trading that asset. And with this asset, it's difficult to study the fundamentals, meaning the supply and demand. Here's a chart of Bitcoin. Year 2016, it's picking up. Year 2018, it hits a high of $20,000. It starts declining all the way down to $6,000 by 2019. Then it picks up again and goes up to $18,000, down again to $12,000, and now it's at $31,600. Who knows where it will go next year? It's possible that there is strong demand. It's possible. So this is the picture of fundamentals that I'd like to share with you. The fundamentals of asset prices are normally determined by earnings. If the asset is a building, then it has rental income. That's its earnings. If the asset is a stock, is a share of stock, then normally it gives cash dividends and it has a price that goes up over time. So therefore, you have the cash dividends plus the share price moving up. So that's earnings. And the underlying company to the stock also has net profits or earnings. So you can measure earnings when it comes to conventional asset prices, whether it's a share of stock or a real estate title or ownership of land, for example, or some business concern, share certificate. Yeah. So you have earnings as the number one determinant of the value of this company, of this asset. And then you have risk factors, which could make the item attractive or less attractive. Then you have the valuation, whether the asset is cheap or expensive. Minor factors with conventional assets are liquidity and sentiment. Liquidity means, is there a lot of money flowing into the Philippines that's interested to buy this asset? It also means, are there lots of buyers and sellers? Are there plenty of buyers and plenty of sellers? Then there's liquidity. They can talk to each other. If there's plenty of buyers but no sellers, there won't be any transactions. If there's plenty of sellers but no buyers, no transactions either. It has to be plenty of buyers and plenty of sellers. And sentiment is whether you have a positive or negative forecast of the future. So these factors are what drives fundamentals. With Bitcoin and current cryptocurrency, I don't think you have earnings to speak of. I'm not sure what kind of risk you're talking about. There's no political or economic dimension to it. And valuation is, there's nothing that you can say that this asset is comparable to another asset. So it's difficult to do relative valuation. And I don't think it's possible to do absolute valuation. So you're left with liquidity and sentiment. The more money there is to chase after these goods, then the higher the price. So there's a lot of money chasing this good, the price will go up. If less money is chasing this good, then the price will go down. But there's no earnings or risk or valuation. So it's a lot more difficult to calculate what the price should be. What's a fair price? So therefore, there are some disadvantages of cryptocurrency. And Paul Krugman has repeated that it is a fad that will not last, or it is a bubble that may burst. American business magnate Warren Buffett thinks that cryptocurrency will come to a bad ending. That's what he thinks. Why is that? It's difficult to determine the appropriate price of cryptocurrency. With currency, yes, you can figure out what should be the price of a British pound or a Japanese yen or a Swiss franc. So let me show you how the supply and demand looks like for those. Here's the, so that's Bitcoin. Look at currencies. So there's Euro, USD. Let's take a look. So this is the Euro and versus the US dollar on expert option. Let me show you IQ option. Look for, this is a Japanese yen, or the US dollar denominated in Japanese yen, 103 yen per dollar. Over here in 21 December, it was at 103.0, and then it went up to 103.7, went down to 102.6. went up to 104.273, down to 103.34, and now it's 103.8200. That's the supply and demand for the US dollar in terms of JAP yen. You can also look at the euro in terms of US dollars. It's now at euro US dollar, so $1.21 per euro. All right. So, and then this is a system where you will be trading. I should explain later how it works. It's basically deciding whether you think that the price will be moving up or you think it might be moving down. I'll explain later after I define what an option contract is. So career opportunities for cryptocurrencies could be, you could study Bitcoin and really specialize in it and learn the pros and cons. And then you'd be able to recommend it to people if they totally want to do business in Bitcoin or trade it or use it as a transaction currency. If you are expert in something, eventually you can make a career out of it. Okay, so I might not know much about Bitcoin now or cryptocurrency, and so I can't make a career out of it, but you could specialize in it and make a career out of it. I think I would recommend you study first ordinary money, study banking, finance, investment, study how to raise capital for new business. Usually, if the new business needs capital and they need to raise capital, then if you raise money for them, they pay you a fee, a finder's fee for the money. That could be a source of income. And then other ways of making money along this line could be improving your trading skills, your investing prowess, or specializing in hedge funds with absolute returns, or doing investment by algorithms. Okay, they're trading skills. Trading skills is meaning that you have to be very on the go with all of these data and charts and be able to read and check whether a particular asset is on its way up. One possibility for students is to look at how to trade stocks, forex, options, and crypto using IQ Option. It's a free software. It allows you to trade options, option contracts, which I shall define in a moment. And then forex is foreign exchange, stocks in Europe and the US, cryptocurrencies, commodities, and exchange traded funds. Your minimum investment is $1. There's free practice, meaning they give you a free account of practice money of $10,000, and then you make it your business to raise it to $11,000, $12,000, $15,000. You probably might have difficulty doing that the first month. Maybe the second month you will succeed. Maybe the third month of practicing this. It's not easy to make money on a very unpredictable market, but it's because it's really difficult to learn trading. You have to know your technicals very well, technical analysis. So for example, you can look at crude oil Brent and you can trade the commodity, or you can trade an option on the commodity. What I mean is if you trade the commodity, you place an investment of say $100 worth of crude oil Brent, and then you might have to wait several hours for something to happen, whether it goes up or down. If you trade the binary option, you only need to wait for 2 minutes. Here's US dollar JAP yen, US dollar denominated in JAP yen. It's forex, so therefore, if you buy $100 worth of this currency, then again, you wait a few hours for it to move up if you want it to move up. Or if you were selling it, then you go ahead and sell $100 worth of a currency and you wait a few hours for it to move down. It might take a lot of time. The alternative is to go for the option contract, which only takes 2 minutes. Here again is gold as a commodity. It's something that you can learn to trade using IQ Option. You can either click the green button if you think it's moving up, or you click on the red button if you think it's moving down. You click the green button if you think it's moving up, because if it does move up, your $100 investment becomes $190. If you think it's moving down, then you click the red button, and then your $100 investment in a lower price, if it's correct, you get $190 for the 100 that you invested. Okay, so let's study that now. Wait a second. I'm going to look for the definition of the there. Okay. The definition of option is with expert option or IQ option, you have 1 minute to decide whether you think the price will move up or down. And then there's a window of 30 seconds where you just wait and watch to see if you won or lost money. You have 1 minute to decide, and then after 30 seconds, the price should be higher if you want it to be higher, or it should be lower than your strike price if you want it to be lower. Your strike price is the chosen price, the price at which you decide to buy or to sell. So you go to either to expert option, then you try a free demo. When it comes to IQ option, they give you $10,000 immediately as a free demo account. And then you can get started. So here's the demo account for expert option, $10,000 also. And then you will see the price of the asset. In this case, the asset is the Hong Kong top 33 stocks. And you see it's moving up and down. And you see pictures of people, and there's a number 50, meaning the guy bet $50 that this price will move up soon by the next 2 minutes. And then somebody else, there's a red 50 beside his or her picture. And it means that he thinks that the price is moving down, and he bet $50 that it's moving down. Talo siya ng 50 because the price moved up. Okay. This portion over here on the left side is where you observe what's happening to the currency. It's a binary option, therefore you decide whether you think it's going up or you think it's going down. It's either one or the other. And if you think it's going up, then you buy, and it goes up, you win. If you think it's going down and it goes down, you do win dollars. Right. So the first part of the screen is where you're looking at the price action, and you're seeing that the euro is moving up and down in terms of US dollars. And then there's a 9 seconds over here. It means that you have 9 seconds left to decide what you will click, the green or the red button. Remember, if you click the green button, it means that you invest $100 and you're thinking that the price of the euro will go up. You wait 30 seconds, and if the price of the euro did go up, then you win a few dollars. If not, you lose the $100 that you bet. If you clicked on the red button that says lower, it means that you're waiting for the price to go lower within 30 seconds. If it does go lower, then your $100 wins and becomes $190. But if you were mistaken, you're hoping that the price goes low, but instead it went up, then you lose the $100. You're minus 100 in your account. Okay, so that's how it works. You have 60 seconds to decide whether you're going to click the green or the red button. Green means you think it's going up, red means you think it's going down. You finally decide somewhere here. This is in the yellow box, yellow oval, you have this strike price. You finally decide that, yes, it's going up. You click the green arrow at this strike price, and therefore you think it's moving up. And then the 30 seconds begins where you think that the price will move up. And if it does move up, by the time that the option expires, then you win a certain amount of money. Possibly your $100 wins 90 and you take home 190. The money that you bet plus $90. All right. So if you bet more, like $200, then you're going to take home more money. It depends how much you bet, and it will affect how much you win. Right. So with expert option and with IQ option, you get practice money of $10,000, and you can place bets of $10, $100, or any amount that you wish. You can place bets of $1,000 if you so decide. If you decide, right? So let's take a look at expert option and IQ option. First, the expert here. So here's I'm gonna look for. Okay, let's look at cryptocurrencies. You got, for example, Bitcoin, and then apply. So here's Bitcoin, and then there's, okay, I'm going to remove first the indicators. Okay. Wait a second. How can I remove the indicators? Ah, there. Okay. Where's my indicators? Okay, what? How did I? Okay, so there, the current indicators. I'll remove them first. Okay, good. Okay, so this is the price of Bitcoin as of 4:11 p.m. on this particular date, and you see that the price went to 31,733, and then went down to 31,689, and you're given a choice whether to click downwards or upwards. If you think it's continuing to go down, you click the red button. Invest 50, earn 75. If you're right, or you invest $50. If you lose it, it's minus $50 off your account. Now, if you think the price of Bitcoin is on its way up in the next 1 minute and a half, then click the green button. So, for example, I click now the green button, and then 50, and then luckily the price of Bitcoin is going up as we speak in this demo. I still have a few more seconds to decide. I think I have 15 more seconds, as you can see from the clock on the upper right. I have 13 more seconds to decide what to do. Other people are making their decisions. I think you have the right to click the button to add more. But the moment you're already in this zone, there's no turning back. You just have to stick with the investment that you made, which is 50, hoping that at the end of the next 15 seconds, that it will be above your strike price. So there's a green line beside your strike price telling you that you should be hoping that the price ends up above your strike price. Okay, we're very lucky today because we invested over here $50, and then we ended up here, so we earned 25. We take home the 50, and then we also get 25 on top of that. So we have a 50% profit. So do the same again. Let's say that I click red. Then I have to wait until it reaches the end zone. Okay, it's now in the end zone, and I now have to wait 30 seconds to make sure that it remains below my strike price. Okay. Okay, it's still below my strike price. It's getting lower pa. So my figures is gonna earn me 73 in a few seconds there. So expert option tells me the first time that I was interacting with students from Davao. I was in Davao also back in 2013 for a financial literacy caravan organized by the Junior Confederation. Your $100 wins 90, and you take home 190. The money that you bet plus $90. All right. So if you bet more, like $200, then you're going to take home more money. It depends how much you bet, and it will affect how much you win. Right? So with expert option and with IQ option, you get practice money of US $10,000, and you can place bets of $10 on any amount that you wish. you can place bets of $1,000 if you decide, right? So let's take a look at expert option and IQ option. First, the expert here. So here's, I'm gonna look for, okay, let's look at cryptocurrencies. You got, for example, Bitcoin, and then apply. So here's Bitcoin, and then there's, okay, I'm gonna remove first the indicators. Okay. Wait a second. How can I remove the indicators? Ah, there. Okay. Where's my indicators? Okay, what? How did I? Okay, so there, the current indicators. I'll remove them first. Okay, good. Okay, so this is the price of Bitcoin as of 4:11 p.m. on this particular day, and you see that the price went to 31,733, and then went down to 31,689, and you're given a choice whether to click downwards or upwards. If you think it's continuing to go down, you click the red button. Invest 50, earn 75. If you're right. Or you invest $50. If you lose it, it's minus $50 of your account. Now, if you think the price of it is on its way up in the next 1 minute and a half, then click the green button. So for example, I click now the green button, and then I appear there as having invested 50. And then luckily, the price of Bitcoin is going up as we speak in this demo. I still have a few more seconds to decide. I think I have 15 more seconds, as you can see from the clock on the upper right. I have 13 more seconds to decide what to do. Other people are... I think you have the right to click the button to add more. But the moment you're already in this zone, there's no turning back. You just have to stick with the investment that you made, which is 50, hoping that at the end of the next 15 seconds, that it will be above your strike price. So there's a green line beside your strike price telling you that you should be hoping that the price ends up above your strike price. Okay, we're very lucky today because we invested over here $50, and then we ended up here, so we earned 25. We take home the 50, and we also get 25 on top of that. So we have a 50% profit. So do the same again. Let's say that I click red. Then I have to wait until it reaches the end zone. Okay, it's now in the end zone, and I now have to wait 30 seconds to make sure that it remains below my strike price. Okay. Okay, it's still below my strike price. It's getting lower pa. So my $50 is gonna earn me 73 in a few seconds. There. So expert option tells me that I invested 50 and I take home the 50 plus $23. So all in all, 73. Meaning first I gave out 50, but then I took back 73. So in a sense, I recovered my $50 investment, plus I got $23 pa. Okay, so that's how it works. And so you start with a demo account, and then you keep on investing and investing until you keep on making more money. Okay, so one last example. Well, no, before I make a last example, I'll add some indicators like moving average. So here, or you can add a moving average 50 or 20 period. Let's try Bollinger Bands, which I happen to like. The top line should be red, yeah. And then the bottom line should be green. And the midline should be, would be purple. Make it 3px, 3 pixels. So here, this is Bitcoin in Bollinger Bands. Hang on a second. Let's see. Sorry about that. So you have a minute to decide what to do. Do you think it's going to move up? I think yes, because it's touching the lower end of the Bollinger Band. So I'm going to click up. I'm going to invest 50. And I'm thinking that it will eventually move up. And that if I'm right, then my 50 becomes 71. I invested 50 and I take home 71, meaning I get back my 50 plus I earn 21. The price is now above my strike price. Here's my strike price at 50. And the price is now at a few dollars above that. So luckily, so far so good. But we're approaching the end zone, which is the last shaded area. And at that point, you can't change anymore. You just have to wait for the 30 seconds to pass, hoping that the price will still be above your strike. So far, it's still above my strike price. For 4 seconds to go. And very good. So I invested 50, I got 71, meaning I did give my $50 to expert option by clicking that button, but then they gave me back 71. So I recovered my 50 and I got $21 on top of that. Okay, so this is how to trade expert option, whether Bitcoin or currency. So you can change the Bitcoin to, say, currency. You can change it to, say, Euro USD. If it's the afternoon in the Philippines, then you might as well take Euro, because Euro is active when the Philippine time is 4 p.m. to midnight. US dollars are active when Philippine time is 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. And yen is active roughly around our time, let's see, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Philippine time. Yen is active. Japan is like a couple of time zones ahead of us. Okay, so that's expert option. Now, if you go to IQ option, you can see the same Euro US dollar here. Yeah, you can trade also. So I'm going to suspect that it's moving higher. I'm going to click the higher button for green, investing $100, and then I have 23 seconds to go. Figure out if I'm right or wrong. So it looks like I'm wrong. It looks like I'm right. Looks like I'm wrong. Price went down. Two seconds to go. I lost $100. So it's not as easy as it looks. You can lose money. And this teaches you that trading is difficult. And it takes a lot of months or even years of practice before you win 2 out of 3. It's not easy to win all the time. So here again, I guess that it probably might be moving higher. I click $100 to bet that it will move higher than my strike price. And then it's down to the end zone. I'm down to 26 seconds, 25 seconds to find out if I'm right or wrong. So far, I'm winning 87 on top of my bet of 100. If I'm right, I get the 100 back to me plus 87. So far, I'm winning. So far, the price is above my strike. Now it's below my strike. 1 second to go. Talo again. Let's try one more time. Let's click lower. So I'm gonna guess that the price will be lower in 13 seconds plus 30. Surprisingly, the price went up. So we're now 1 second to go before we're in the end zone, and we are in the end zone. It's now 26 seconds to go. You're wondering whether the price will favor you, whether it will go lower. It's currently above, so not looking good for our trade. No, not looking good. 2 seconds to go, and I'm out of the money. So $100 lost again. So difficult, huh? Let's try up. Let's try if it's going to be an up move in about 1 minute 30. And if you think that up is correct, then you can click the $100 bet again. So now you have $200 or even $300 on the bet, so to speak, no? And now we're in the last 30 seconds, 24, 22, 21, 20, 19. The trade is going against us. It's lower than our 3 strike prices. Two seconds to go. Nothing. Still 300 lost. Okay, so very difficult. Very difficult. Try again. Try again with 2 bets of $100 each. Try again with another bet of $100. We're now in the end zone, and we have one of the positions is making money. Now 2 of the positions are making money. I'm hoping all 3 of them will be in the money, meaning that the final price will be above my strike price. We got 14 seconds to go. Price went down. Price went down again, below all of the 3. Oh, then it went all the way up. And then I won 174. See? So, surprising. Right? So I recommend that you try this because it will help you improve your trading skills. This is using ordinary euro dollar, which is a standard currency. And this is a binary option situation where you either bet on the upswing or on the downswing. You can also trade Bitcoin here. It's now, so let's look at Bitcoin for the past 3 hours. And here it is. It's 31,757.47. Although that price changes second after second. This would be the past 30 minutes of Bitcoin trading. And I have here 3 moving averages. I also have the awesome oscillator here, which gives you clues as to when you should buy or sell. Awesome oscillator, ideally, you should buy it when the green crosses over the 0 line and keeps on being green. Or when it turns red and then turns green again. Let's try it. This time, I click an $88 investment, multiply times 3. And then I'm saying auto close at 2%, meaning I did click on the up move, so I'm thinking that it'll move up. And right now I am still negative 0.85% down. The moment I am positive 2% up, then I can take profits. It says there auto close at 2%. it will take a long time, many minutes, many hours. So let's go back to the lecture. Right? So come back to that later. So finish my lecture on cryptocurrency. See, and I was recommending to you that why don't you be expert in cryptocurrencies? Why not go ahead and be expert on it, and then you can make a living as a consultant or a specialist on cryptocurrencies. But you can also make a living by being expert on ordinary currencies as a bank trader or as a trader for stocks and funds and money market or currencies. Or my other suggestions are be a specialist in money, in where to find money and how to make money grow. So where to find money means raising capital for companies. And then how to make money grow means working for a hedge fund and trying to get an absolute return. Meaning, if the markets go up, of course your fund should go up. But if the markets go down, your fund should still go up. That means in absolute terms, your investment fund should go up, rain or shine. That's what you call absolute returns. I say this because there are some fund managers whose job is to be 1% above the market. So if the market is 10% up, then they should make money grow 11%. But if the market is negative 10, then they should make money grow negative 9 is good enough, right? So that's what you call relative performance. It's not nice to have money growing negative 9, even if the stock market was negative 10. So mas okay yung absolute returns because even if the stock market went negative 10, your fund went up positive 10. That's much better than a negative 9. It requires a lot more expertise. And that's why you need to study how these hedge funds have the expertise to make absolute returns. And one of the reasons why they're expert is that they're able to make money even when the stock markets are falling. For example, they can short sell. Short selling means that you sell at 100 an item. So therefore, if you sell the item, you get $100. And then you wait for the price of the item to go down to 40, for example. And then if it's at 40, you buy back the item from somebody and you pay him $40. Out of the 100 that you received, you still have 60. Because you sold the item, you got 100, and then you bought the same item back at 40, so you have to pay 40 to somebody. 100 minus 40 is still 60. So you still have a profit of 60. That's short selling. Step number 1, I borrow a stock from you, I pay you 1 peso rent. I sell the stock at 100 pesos now. I wait for the stock to go down in price. I buy back the stock at 40 pesos per share. Then I return the stock to you. I have earned 100 minus 40 equals 60 pesos profit minus the 1 peso rent, 59. There. That's short selling. Hedge funds can do that. Now here's another diagram of the same process. Plus 100 minus 40 equals 60 minus the rent, 59. When would you want to short sell? If you feel that there could be bad news that could cause the markets to go down, borrow some stocks, sell it at $100 per share, and then as it all comes tumbling down, buy it back at a lower price, and then you have a profit. For example, the lower price is $40, then your profit is 60. Sometimes stock markets do go down. And also on a weekly basis, they go up and down. So if you can just short sell the down moves, then you can make money on the short selling. This is practiced everywhere in the world except the Philippines. Kaya hindi pa masyadong uso. It's not yet a common practice to do short sales in the Philippine markets because the commissions are too high and the internet's too slow. Now, there's another method called investing by algorithms. An algorithm is a set of instructions to the computer saying, if you find these conditions to be present, you buy the stock already automatically. And then the computer knows that once you reach a higher price, you sell the stock also automatically. So that's an algorithm. Look for the patterns in stock prices that will indicate that it might be moving up, and then buy. And then once you get a profit, sell. That's an algorithm if it's automatic already. And a computer can do this many hundreds of times per day. Even if it just earns a few pesos per trade, well, if you do this hundreds of times, you could start earning thousands or millions. You could still make mistakes, but hopefully the mistakes are smaller than the profits. There's an article on October 5th, 2019 from The Economist saying that the stock market is now run by computers, algorithms, and passive managers. Okay, computers, you know. Algorithms, I just explained to you. Passive managers are those who simply track the index in the countries where they are invested. So if the index goes down 10%, their fund also goes down 10%, and that's okay with their boss because they are passive managers by definition. Diba? So the opposite of that is the market goes down 10%. With the active manager, in his absolute return, his fund goes up 10% because my fund goes up rain or shine. In this picture, you see that managed funds or automated funds are 35.1%. And then managed funds run by humans are 23%. And then other owners held by companies and held by others. Eureka Hedge is a website which tells you where to find the top performing hedge funds. Go ahead and visit that and find out who are the hedge funds and private equity funds that are out there in the world at large. These are funds which are allowed to do many things, such as short selling and investing via algorithms. Reasonably high-tech, almost as high-tech as cryptocurrency, but dealing with standard stocks and bonds and standard cash, ordinary cash. This is the Eureka Hedge Fund Index, which shows you that if you put all the hedge funds together, and they're very smart and they target absolute returns, generally the share prices, the prices of these individual hedge funds is generally upwards. So it's better than just following blindly what the markets are doing. Yes, of course, there are a few moments when the price goes down, but in general, these guys target an absolute return where even if the market's down, then their fund keeps on going up. Okay, so career opportunities in summary. Study first ordinary, regular, conventional money. Study banking, finance, investments, how to raise capital for new business. If you do that, you can receive big fees. And then target the areas that pay the highest. Those that reward trading skills and investing prowess, hedge funds with absolute returns, and investment by algorithms. You can eventually be bank manager or vice president. You can do that with ordinary, regular, standard, conventional money, banking or central banking, or go to international banks. You could either target a job in bank operations or asset management. If necessary, get a master's degree. I recommend all of you to get a master's degree because it will distinguish you from the many other college graduates in the country. So these are the Philippine banks. The largest three Philippine banks have an asset size of $50 or $55 billion. That's their total assets on their balance sheet. Equity plus liabilities equals total assets. Is that big? No. Indonesia, their assets are 90 billion. Thailand, 100 billion. Malaysia, 300 billion. Singapore, 400 billion. Banks in Hong Kong, 2.7 trillion in assets. Banks in Japan, 2.8 trillion in assets. 50 billion is small. You might want to apply for a job outside the Philippines to get practice in a big bank with truly global operations. When it comes to stock markets, do we have a big stock market? Yes, it's big. It's 290 billion large, but elsewhere in the world, it's in the trillions. So I wouldn't mind if you target to practice trading stocks elsewhere in the world outside of the Philippines because it's a bigger, wider world out there. You'll get more practice. Diba? So good. Thank you very much. I guess that ends my talk. And then I now would be open for questions. I guess difficult now, but you could call me on Zoom and then we'll have the question and answer with Professor Alexis. So thank you very much for listening and thanks for the invitation. Good day.
Okay. Wow, wow, wow. That was indeed a great discussion coming from our speaker, Sir Alexander. Truly, if we think outside the box, our possibilities will be limitless. And today, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our speaker, Sir Alexander Giles, CFA. Good morning, sir.
Hi. Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah. Am I on? Okay. So, good morning. I'm working. Today. I had breakfast with the president of a company who was
Yes, sir.
asking me, "What am I gonna do with slow internet in the Philippines?" So, ginawa niya. He said, "Forget the local telephone companies." He did business with Amazon Wireless Services. So now he has good internet. So that's my breakfast this morning. So now I'm gonna golf course. I'm gonna play golf with the chairman of a corporation. They own an insurance company and they need to raise the capitalization from 800 million pesos to 1.2 billion pesos. Where they're gonna find 400 million? So we're thinking what to do. He's gonna sell a piece of land worth 400 million. That's where he's gonna get the 400 million pesos. So that's the plan. Okay, so that's my work today. And then good to be with you, ladies and gentlemen, in Jose Maria College, and thanks to Professor Alexis. Hello to Mr. Refan. I think we meet for the first
Sir,
time today.
first time, sir.
And then baka sakaling you might have questions, feel free to ask. If not, I'll be the one to ask you, how are you everybody today? How are you and what's your plans?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, thank you, Alexander. Thank you so much for educating us and sharing us your knowledge and expertise. And I believe that most of our viewers, especially students of the College of Business Education, learned a lot from the discussion being shared to us by our speaker. Thank you, sir. So as a reminder to our viewers, yes, sir?
I wanted to add one more thing is that we are living in very difficult conditions today, right?
Yes.
Very difficult. And you might argue it's more difficult than 10 years ago, or maybe more difficult than so many years ago. It was easier back then. But no, every generation faces its own difficulties. And you will have to distinguish yourself by the way you manage the difficulties of this present time. So don't say that life is so hard now, I give up. No, nobody gives up. everybody should target to be Olympic champion, even if there are so many difficulties. So you have to be Olympic champion in your field, in your business, in your employment, in your work, in your studies, in your if you're going to get a PhD, good luck to you. If you're going to get an MBA, good luck to you. If you're going to be a private businessman, good luck to you. If you'll be a professional musician, good luck to you. Basta, never say, ang hirap ng buhay ngayon, I give up. No, never give up. Never give up until 1 year after you leave this earth. So never give up. And things will be improving depending on your fighting spirit. So that's my, I guess, pahabol message for you today. Let's have a question. I think Alicent secretly has a question. Do you have a question, Alicent?
Right after this, sir, question and answer na po, sir.
Sige.
Sir, thank you for your encouragement to all our viewers, sir. Thank you very much. So as a reminder to our viewers, for those who have not yet logged in, we'll be posting a link in the description for this video where you can log in and fill up the details for your e-certificate. Don't forget to log out at the end of the program. And now, for our second part of today's program, we'll be having an open forum to answer some questions from our viewers. For our first-time viewers, if you have any questions or anything you want to share to our speaker this morning, send us your questions by typing in a comment section down below. And our representative will gladly collect and select the questions for you. So here we are. So we have our first question coming from our panel, Sir Sandy, Ma'am Rubili Masinadjo.
Hello, good morning, Sir Alexander Giles. Having heard and learned about cryptocurrencies from your very rich and informative talk, I am now interested to invest in cryptocurrency. So is it okay for me to ask you, when is the right time to invest in cryptocurrency, and how much money do I need to shell out for my initial investment, sir?
Well, investing means you're going to buy a cryptocurrency and hold it until the value goes up. So I think that somehow that sounds like you practice muna with trading a cryptocurrency. And I think I was able to show examples of Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies which are available on the two websites, the expert option and IQ option. So the time to invest in cryptocurrencies is when you are expert already. You have mastered their movements, their ups and downs, and it requires some time. Siguro many months. I would suggest you start muna with gold and crude oil, with currencies, with stocks, because they move slowly. See, cryptocurrencies move very fast. So you start muna with slow-moving vehicles, and then you can graduate to the more difficult and more hyperactive movements like cryptocurrencies. They will require all of the skills. So, kumbaga, you practice muna in a car driving at first gear, and then move to second gear, and then move to third gear before you go to cryptocurrencies.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the tips.
Yes, good luck.
Thank you, Sir Sandy. Siguro my question is si Sir Alicent Sagid to our speaker, Sir Sandy Giles.
Mute. You're muted. Alicent. Tap your mic.
Yes, Sir Alicent.
Okay, tap your mic.
Okay. So parang wala po. So now, sir, punta na po tayo sa mga question coming from the viewers po. Here are the first question coming from Rocky Dawal Resma. How could we trust this app, and is this safely and secure? Thank you.
Yeah, you well, you can try the app first with practice money. You don't have to put your actual money in it first, because they allow you to trade first with practice money of $10,000. So you can do whatever you want with that money, and you can note naman that they're honest in reporting your wins and losses. They tell you your 10,000 now became 11, or now it became 9,000. So you can check their accounting. Besides, they have, I think, 11 million happy subscribers and very few complainants. Those who complain are those who lost money because of their own carelessness usually. because trading is a difficult art. It's like riding a bicycle, riding a motorcycle. You tend to have some accidents in the beginning. That's trading also. So you can trust your bike or your motorbike, but you can still have some little accidents every now and then from driver failures. So I think it's a reasonably good app. It's robust. It's got good computer backing. The servers are good. The software is good, and the display is good. So you test it first before you actually put real money in it. So next question is, what's the best advice you can give to those first timers who don't know yet if what's best tricks on this app to earn big money? Oh, the my advice is to use the app to learn technical analysis like trading skills. Use the three moving averages. Use the awesome oscillator, and also use the RSI, relative strength index. Use those three indicators. Good day, sir. Any thoughts about eToro? Oh, I regret I have never tried it yet. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about eToro, but I know other people use it, and that it's so far no complaints from the people I know who use it. So give it a try. Maybe they allow you to have practice money also. I suppose it's just like expert option, except that they're specializing in stocks. So good luck, Miss Jenny V. Sorry. Uh, my plan is to become like you. Well, okay, so to become like me, you have to study hard. I was an honor graduate in college. And then I took a master's and I was also an honor graduate. That meant that I was studying while other people were partying. Other people were climbing mountains and enjoying themselves. I was at home and studying. So I suffered a lot because I had to study. So, and even if I attended a wedding and the bride was late, I would open my textbook and start solving math problems in the textbook. And they would ask me, "Oh, what's the problem? Why are you studying so hard? I have an exam soon." Eh. When? 3 months from now. So that was the CFA exams that I had to pass in 1995, 96, 97. Walang patawad. I could not attend baptisms, funerals, social events, parties because I was studying at home. So now I'm playing golf and relaxing because I did a lot of my hard work already previously. Now I get invited by the president of the company. Like, come on, let's have breakfast. I want to ask you what to do with this telecom problem. Or the chairman of the company asks me, I need 400 million. Where do we find that money? Okay, so I'll help you, sir. Let's play a round of golf. So that's now my problem. Okay, next question. If we buy crypto in the platform, is trading the only option, or can we actually store the Bitcoin in a Bitcoin wallet and utilize it to buy stocks with merchants? I doubt it. That's not the platform I mentioned is just for trading. It's not for purchase. You probably need to go to other platforms. I don't know anymore. You'll have to Google Bitcoin wallet for the purpose of purchasing. I'm not anymore familiar with that. Sorry. So good luck with that, Miss CM Somar. Next question is
Yes, me. Sir Alicent, do you have any questions, sir, to Sir Sandy?
so far quiet siya. He's thinking very deeply. He's thinking, what question can I ask? Something about JCFAP Got Talent. How to have a nice talent show like in SMX Lanang many years ago. With the help of your president before was Mohammed, di ba? Nanding. He's a great guy. I wish you. I wish. Okay. To be honest, sir, I already knew this app, but I'm scared. No, don't be scared because it's practice money, and one of these days you're going to be responsible for a big portfolio of 100 million pesos, and your salary will be 300,000 pesos per month. But to get to that stage, you have to start practicing with investments like $100 at a time, $200 at a time, winning and losing. So you have to get used to winning and losing because it's like learning a new sport. You're not champion from day one, not even in year one. You become champion after playing many tournaments and losing, finally winning. So ganun talaga, mahirap ang ascent into the expertise in any skill, any sport, including trading. So don't be scared of trading. You're gonna lose money. Your ego will be hurt. Your pride will be hurt because you're gonna lose $300 a day, and you're gonna feel sick. You're gonna feel sick in the stomach. But be brave because this is part of the arduous journey to develop trading skills. There was another question about have I heard about Facebook Libra currency? No, I haven't heard about that. Pero I think it's Facebook's attempt to be current, to be uso, to be in the know. So palagay ko, they're just trying their best to be uh, in the conversation para hindi sila mahuli. So that they're still talking about, so that kunyari, they know a lot about cryptocurrency. Probably they do. Probably they do. Pero I don't know much about Facebook Libra. Who's the owner of Expert Option? I don't know. I think it's people in Europe, various people in Europe. Um, and also the same with IQ Option. I think they're European stockholders. Um, I chose them because they have very good graphics. You don't have to go with those two uh, apps. Because if you find another app which you trust better, go for it. Pero I'm just saying that Expert Option and IQ Option have very nice display and graphics, and also very nice prices which are updated by the second. Hindi yung not slow, and there's no delays. So you can use it for practice. And if the day comes when you use real money, go with an app that you trust. Baka it might be a local Philippine app that's trading in options. Go with that. So whatever you trust, because you know the owners. This ones I just chose because of the graphics and the beautiful colors, and it's talagang intuitively very pleasant for a trader. You can trade by in seconds. It's almost like a fast-paced video game, almost dealing with practice money. So my message is you have to practice winning and losing uh, in trading before you can go for the big bucks and the big salaries. Sir, is the cryptocurrency legal? Yes, in many places it's acknowledged by the government and also acknowledged by the banking system. And they start, even Union Bank is saying we have financial technologies and we will start using fintech. The government of Singapore says we're going to put out our cryptocurrency. But cryptocurrency, there's many kinds. I think there's 1,000 kinds, 100 good ones, and maybe 900 questionable ones. So you have to carefully choose which of the 1,000 available cryptocurrencies are really good for you. How do we start investing, sir? Investing is, I think, you try to take your savings and start buying Philippine stocks. Because Philippine stocks, you can buy one stock for 800 pesos, for 2,000 pesos. You can already buy a minimum order of shares. And then you observe how it goes up week after week. And part of observing the stock market is getting scared and getting nervous and holding your breath and feeling that you're going to die because my stock is going down. So ganun talaga yung feeling ng investing. You're totally scared. And you have to, it's the same feeling that you're going to be skydiving. You're going to jump out of a plane. The same feeling as investing. So you have to probably practice some extreme sports muna, canyoneering, jumping off a cliff, jumping off the high diving board from a swimming pool. You're going to be really scared, but you have to be brave and go for it. And that's how you learn investing and trading. Sir, what determines the price of cryptocurrencies? Demand and supply. There's a limited supply of Bitcoin. They say that there's 16 million units of Bitcoin out there. And then depending on the interest of investors to buy Bitcoin, that's when they push up the price. Partly because Bitcoin is connected to the internet. So anytime the internet becomes very popular, then the price of Bitcoin goes up. In many ways, it's not a very informed opinion. It's based on sentiment or feelings. So it's like buying stocks based on you like the name of the stock or you like the day of the week. It's not very rational. So I'm afraid about Bitcoin because it's not based on too many rational indicators, unlike stocks. You're based on earnings and PE. Good day, sir, from Jenny V. Any thoughts about mutual funds? Yes. At the same time that you want to learn about stocks and trading, you should also buy a few mutual funds. You can buy a mutual fund for 5,000 pesos, and I recommend you buy 3. You buy one exchange traded fund, you buy one equity fund, you buy one. Sana you can have enough money to buy a global advantage fund, which means that you are buying stocks from all around the world. I need you to be familiar with stocks around the world. Also invest in stocks outside the Philippines so that you can be an international person and your salary will be double that of a person who only knows local reality. Kasi the Philippine stock market is less than 1% of the stock markets in the world. I want you to be familiar with the 99%. Okay. Um, okay. Kudos to JMC for coming up with this informative seminar. Many thanks to Professor Alexis Baligod because we met last February last year in the one Esplanade in Pasay City. He brought a group of very bright and very good-looking Jose Maria College students to Pasay. I was very impressed with them. They all look like honor students. Wow, they look like very smart. And I hope that they all graduate and become international vice president of the World Bank or the Asian Development Bank. That's the target, to be an international banker or investor. And then when you're 50 years old, you can come back to Manila and sort of retire as an expat. Diba? Go for it. Go for the highest goals. Make sure your dreams are scary, very high level dreams so that you really have a very ambitious target. Make sure it's super ambitious that you don't know where to get the money for your scholarship. Basta you have that aim of getting to the top of your profession, your young employer will give you, will tell you, you know what, you strike us as a very up and coming young executive. Would you like to study MBA abroad? Yes, sir. We'll pay for it. Tapos you just have to work for the company, siguro 3 or 5 years after that. But if somebody comes along and wants to pirate you, you say, but you pay first the tuition that was paid by my current boss. Okay, we'll pay the tuition times 2. Basta we can hire you afterwards. No, so people are gonna fight for you as long as you have fighting spirit and you have high ambitions. You have the ability to be the president of the company, the next president of that company. Can you recommend some books about technical analysis? There's plenty, but really, for every book that's available in technical analysis printed on paper, there's 1,000 more books available on the internet, and also a lot of videos on YouTube. You watch muna, siguro there's 1,000 videos on technical analysis in YouTube, and then I personally in my Facebook group I have some articles about technical analysis and basics on stocks and investing. Go first to YouTube. And maybe you don't have to spend money on books. Oh, okay, so if you like, you can go to the bookstore and buy books on technical analysis. But it's a lot nicer to see the prices moving and then having a commentary live about the prices moving. So you can learn the pros and cons of the moving averages, the Bollinger Bands, the support and resistance, the RSI, the awesome oscillator, and then how to use candlesticks because they have their own specialized Japanese language for candlesticks. Sir, where can we buy stocks for mutual funds here in the Philippines? Plenty. You just go to any broker, any online broker. Pardon me for suggesting First Metro Securities because I work for them. But if you open an account with First Metro Securities, of course, marami pang ibang online broker. There's 20. So you check Google. Basta you open an account with an online broker and then you can buy stocks and mutual funds. Sabay. So with one button you can buy stocks, with the other button you can buy mutual funds. Just put money. I mean, you might have savings of 20, 30,000 maybe, or you can beg your parents for help with that. I know a high school student who had life savings of 25,000 pesos. So he announced to his family in a family gathering he was going to buy stocks. And then his father said, okay, I'll add 25 to your fund. And then his mom said, I'll add 25 because I believe in you. And then his Lola said, I'll add 50. I believe in you more. So if you're lucky and you have supportive parents and Lola and Lolo, they might say, sige, you manage my money. Baka sakaling magaling ka dyan sa stocks and then I will entrust to you more and more and more. Not just 50,000, but who knows? Your parents or grandparents might be sitting on more money than you actually can see. And they might be wondering, does my grandchild actually have talent, discipline, persistence, decision-making ability? If yes, then they might say, ikaw nang bahala sa aming investment fund. I can pull it out of the bank A, B, or C, and entrust it to you na lang. Better with my son or grandson, my favorite. Diba? So, prove to them that you're worthy. Next question.
Okay, sir. Yan na po siguro
Sure,
yung last
5
question
minutes.
natin, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
sir.
you too. Marami
Sir, thank you
pang,
so much, Sir Alexander, for accommodating
Okay.
our questions and shedding us some insights in today's topic. Okay.
Make sure you tell me when it's okay to fly to Davao already. Then I'll make the trip, huh?
Sure, sir.
Even if
Sure.
I'm in astronaut attire.
Okay. Sir, to award our certificate of appreciation to our distinguished speaker, may I request Ma'am Rubilin Masinadyong to award and read the citation.
Certificate. Okay, on behalf of the College of Business Education, under the leadership of Dr. Melchor T. Bumbeo, CPA, I will be reading you the citation of the Certificate of Appreciation stating, Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Mr. Alexander Giles, CFA, in appreciation of his selfless service in sharing his knowledge and expertise as a resource speaker during the EduTrends live stream program on the topic Cryptocurrency is Financial Technology Ready for Change? Given this 27th day of January 2021 at Jose Maria College, Japan Friendship Highway sa Davao City, Philippines. From Dr. Melchor Q. Bumbeo, CPA, the Dean of College of Business Education. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir Sandy, thank you so much for
Okay.
joining
Have
us.
a nice day.
Okay.
And have a fighting spirit. We'll get through this crisis, and everybody, I hope, will work for greater prosperity.
Okay,
Sir
nandiyan si Sir
Sandy,
Alex.
thank you very much, Sir Sandy. I had an
Bye,
emergency,
Professor
so
Alexis.
hi, sir. Sorry, I have to be late in coming and boarding in with the discussion, sir.
No,
So-
the teacher is never late. Only the students are late.
Okay, thank
Sir
you very
Alexander,
Teachers.
is there anything
Okay.
you would like to add or plug for the benefits of our viewers this morning?
Yeah, I have something to plug because I have a friend, two friends who are working on an algorithmic trading fund. It's based in Quezon City and India. So because they have and they're investing in US stocks. So anytime that you're curious about algorithmic trading funds, ask me again and I'll point you in the direction of my two friends who are working on it. In the past 4 years, they made 18%, 18%, 4%, and then last year 33%. Imagine that in the year of the pandemic, they made 33% because they made money on the short selling and they made money on the recovery. So double, 33%. Parang 18 times 2. So let me know in case you have any investor interested in absolute returns, active trading, algorithmic trading. I can refer you to my two friends who run that fund. That's it. And I get a commission, but I will share it with you in the form of ice cream and cake and whatever you like. Okay, so cheers. Farewell to everybody. I gotta go.
Sir, thank you, sir. God bless and keep safe po, Sir Sandy.
Thank you, Sir Sandy.
Thank you. God
Okay.
bless.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Sandy. And once again, this has been another fruitful episode of JMC EduTrends. So thank you for our panel, Ma'am Rubilin A. Masinadyong. Yes, thank you,
You're
Sir
welcome.
Alexis.
Thank you, Rifan.
Thank you, Sir Alexis
Medyo
Baligod.
na-late ako konti. May emergency kasi.
Okay lang po, sir. And thank you, Sir Alicen Sagid, for joining us for today's
Alicen, thank you
discussion.
very much.
Okay. So we continue to deliver timely and informative discussions straight to your home. So don't forget, once again, to like, share, and follow our official Facebook page at Jose Maria College for more updates. Catch up us again live for our next discussion here on the JMC EduTrends. So this is Refan Dikain signing off saying, keep safe, God bless, and good morning, everyone.
That ends another substantive discussion on JMC EduTrends, produced by the Jose Maria College Communication Affairs Office. On behalf of our founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, thank you for being with us. Join us again next time for another interesting, inspiring, and transcending discussion on JMC EduTrends. Bye everyone, and keep safe.